Back in the day, when I was a real full-in GTD-er, that's Getting Things Done by David Allen, for those who don't know, I used to have a Tickler File. Now, a Tickler File was 43 folders that were neatly organized in a filing cabinet, and I could put things in there that would come back on a daily basis. Long story, don't need to go into it right now. What the Tickler File really was your own, as David Allen called it, your own internal postal system. Now, I've moved on from the paper world and now I'm totally paperless and I use digital devices. But I liked the idea of having a Tickler File. So a Tickler File is basically those little reminders that just need to come up every so often. It could be a reminder to reconsider an invitation to a conference, or it could be a reminder about a very important meeting coming up in the next month. It could be anything basically. Now, one of the things that I do is I use Todoist as my main task manager. But I don't want all these little reminders stuck in Todoist, making it cluttered and filling it up with stuff that is kind of low priority. So what can I do? Well, this is where Apple Reminders comes in really handy, because you can use reminders to be your very own Tickler File. I'm going to show you how to set that up today. Now, before we go any further, I would just like to say, if you do get any value from this video, then please help me by clicking on that like button below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, and you want to get all the latest tips, tricks and news on using Apple's productivity tools, then please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's go into reminders now, and I'm going to do this on my iPad just to give you a different view and show you how to set up the Tickler File. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you my Tickler File. Now, this is actually my real Tickler File, but I want to explain the kind of things that you need to, that you can, I should say, put into your Tickler File. First of all, you need to actually create the list. So all you have to do there is just go down to Add List, and you can create a new list. You can use different colors, you can use glyphs, and so on and so forth. You know all this anyway already. Once you've created the list, I call mine Tickler File. Now, I should point out right now, just so that nobody gets confused, I am using my iPad to show you this, just to give you a little bit of variety, but this can be done on Mac OS Ventura, or any Mac OS with reminders, or indeed it can be done on your iPhone. So the kind of things that I put in a Tickler File are things that I just don't want cluttering up my regular task manager. So for example, up here, I have to update my US tax information for Amazon. Now, I could put this into Todoist, that's true, but it's something that it's going to take me about 20 minutes to do. It's not urgent, it just has to be done by the end of the year. So I decided that I'm going to do this when I'm on my end of year break. I'll be at home in Ireland with my parents, and so I'm going to do that here. What I've also done, as you can see right here, is I've attached the original email. So all I would have to do is tap on that. I'm not going to show you that right now because obviously that will contain personal private information, but all I would need to do is just tap on that and it will open up the email that I need to be able to get to the website to update my tax information. Another one, or kind of thing, that you can put in your Tickler File are deciding whether to do something or not. Now, because of the pandemic, I've not been able to take my wife to do the Tony Robbins UPW, that's Unleash the Power Within. And I promised after my attendance at the event in Singapore back in 2019 that I would take my wife. Well, since then we've had the pandemic and they haven't done another one since. So what I'm going to do is round about the beginning of March, it's actually the first Sunday of March next year, this will come up on my notifications on my phone to tell me to decide whether to book tickets or not. That will be the tickler. That's going to be the reminder to tell me that that weekend I want to be looking at the website. Hence, I've got the TonyRobbinsAustralia.com right there. That will give me a quick tap to see, is there going to be an event in 2023?
Another one that I've got, which I don't actually have the website for, but I will, it's just a tickler to remind me, because Ultra Career, which is a dance music festival that my wife and I generally go to every year, we need to get the tickets booked for that. That's usually in June, but we want to get the tickets early. So again, I need that tickler. I want that reminder popping up on that weekend so I can go and investigate tickets and get my early booking tickets in. Now, some longer term things here is things like renew my residency permit. Now, I have to do that every 3 years, and it's due to be done around about the 1st of August. So I've just got renew my residency permit. It's going to come up on, as you can see right here, the 19th of July. It's going to give me about 2 weeks before I need to do it. So all I need to do is just, the chances are I will get a reminder from the actual immigration office here in Korea, but if they don't, I still have my own personal reminder. Again, that's going to come up on the 19th of July, and that's going to tell me to renew my residency permit. It's just going to put it back on the agenda, and then any tasks that I need to do in order to do that can then go into my regular task manager. And another great one to put in here is, because passports, we always forget when they are due for renewal. My passport is due for renewal in around about June, July 2027. I don't know the exact date. So on the 1st of January 2027, I will get a little reminder coming up on my phone that tells me that my passport needs renewing in 6 months. That will be the trigger for me to then put that as a, maybe if you like, a project or whatever, into my regular task manager so that I can actually start the process of renewing my passport. So those are just some general ideas about what you may want to put in your Tickler file. The other thing that you can do, particularly if you're using your phone, but of course you can do this on the iPad too, is if you get a document that needs some sort of attention, you can just scan that document into your so just to show you how you would do that, you just go in there, you can click on I. If you go down to the bottom, you can add image, and then it will ask you if you take a picture. You can scan the picture, and now you've got the document in there as well. So there's a lot of things you can do within reminders, and the Tickler file is such a powerful thing to use when you just don't want these sort of like little things that just need reminders of. They're not really tasks as such, but there's just reminders that you can use so that you're not going to forget things way off into the future. So just to give you, by the way, I should give you an idea there. I have changed the wording here. I could put passport renew it in 6 months, but you can sort of animate the wording. So I've got, when the reminder comes up on my phone, it will say your passport needs renewing in 6 months. It's kind of like, go on, do it. And I've left the email title as it was, action required. I kind of like that. So there you go. There's just some ideas of what you can throw into a Tickler file, a digital Tickler file, which reminders, Apple Reminders, if you have it, is such a fantastic tool, because the notifications are great. They come up on your, if you're using an Apple Watch, they come up full screen on your Apple Watch. They're very prominent when they come up on your phone or even on your iPad, or to be fair, it can also be set to come up on your desktop as well. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and it just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week.
Hello, thank you for watching this video. Now, I'm very excited to tell you that the 2022 edition of my Create Your Own Apple Productivity System course is now available. This year, we're utilizing the brand new features in reminders and notes. We're going to be looking at how you can use the tags to create an even better productivity system. We're also looking at how iCloud comes into the picture and your calendar. This is a complete productivity and time management setup that, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, I can guarantee is going to make your life so much easier. No more overwhelm, no more stress, no more forgetting events or tasks. It's all going to be there in your own system that I show you how to build. It also includes the time sector system and my brand new notes organization system, Capra. Okay, I hope you get time to join this course, and don't forget, if you're already enrolled in this course, my promise to you is every year it's a free update. I hope you enjoy the course, and it'd be lovely to see you in there.